Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Man Cave here. You are tuned in to yet another episode of my crazy ass RC addicted life. And as you guys know, I haven't been really uploading videos as frequently. There's a very, very good reason for that. I've been extremely busy. I've taken on so many projects, it's not even funny. You guys have seen the day cab night hauler. You guys have seen pocket change. Well, here's another one. This is another custom all tube Truggy Tundra cab. This one has been named Beeotch because it's going to be done with black racing stripes, and we're going to try and do the decaling to match the air freshener from the Camaro and Transformers. But what this is a custom all tube chassis, locked axial transmission with a 35 turn, Holmes Hobby Torque Master, Novak Rooster Crawler ESC, RC 4-wheel drive, not wireless winch, wired winch with controller, all bundled up in this little ball of shit here. 2 batteries, one standard 2-cell LiPo for power, and a secondary nickel metal hydrate to turn on the lights, which it has headlights and taillights. The winch is fully functional, MIP spline CVDs, Delrin sleeved links, custom metal 4-link trusses, and it's got my Gearhead 1.9, I like calling them split 6s, with cut front TSLs, which I realize I need to swap around because I've got them backwards. Uncut rears with 2.2 foams in them, so they're very rigid. This is not going to be a crawling truck. This is going to be a driving through whatever the hell I can find truck. Dual rate RC 4-wheel drive shocks, which as always all RC 4-wheel drive shocks are stiffer than hell. This one seems to have more preload on it. The truck kind of tilts, but this originally had tubing that came off of here, it came down the side, came way up over the tire, and had a way out of scale stinger on it. I mean, it was just so far out of dimension that I had to cut it off, and basically I just tack welded it back on at a higher angle with the grab bar. Just give it a much cleaner look up front. Did away with the tube work. Like I said, I cut it off right back here. I'm going to do some polishing up on that to make it to where it's not a finger slicer. This one I got also in on a trade. I forget what I sent off for it, but this has pan-hard steering set up on it straight off of there. Chassis mounted servo. It's got some nice CVDs, aluminum knuckles, and chubs on it. These have been shaved too for clearance. In the rear, it's got the standard plastic lockouts, which is not a big deal. Custom Delrin sleeved steering links too, and this actually does have a ton of steering throw. Which, yes, I know there's going to be 1,000 people saying, you're not supposed to turn your servo when there's no power. Well, if it messes up, that's my fault. Don't worry about it. That, of course, right there is a Tamiya standard light kit, and I guess I'll go ahead and, since this one, I haven't really been showing off much of my lighting lately, I'll go ahead and plug this one in so you guys can get the general idea of what it's going to look like all lit up. It's actually really cool because I love the way the headlight is set up on it, or headlights, I should say. Plugged in here, my power port. These are my rear lights. I plug those in. And you get that nice squeal letting you know that it is working. So with that on, I'm just going to slide the body roughly into place. You guys can see now that it has bucket tail lights on it, but the coolest thing is it's got 3 headlights apiece super wicked bright on just a 6-cell nickel metal hydrate battery. That's a bright ass light right there. Now what I did is I centered the body so the winch and everything is all lined up. But you can hear basically the body, the cab is going to sit up right about there. It's going to sit level with the top of that, and I used, if I can grab one, 4 of these flat face Traxxas screws. And that's basically what holds it on to my boat sides that I made for it. This one's actually a rather simple build. It's just, I still gotta finish all my stuff. And yeah, if you guys can tell, this is the old side panels I had for the Trailfinder 2 dually. Oh no, it wasn't the dually. It was my oldest Trailfinder. I made a little Sanford & Son style rear containment area, if you will. Stake bed style thing. Ugh. That thing's pretty heavy itself. You guys can see back there the wrecker's still sitting there. As stated before, I've got the 540 TTC puller motor for it. And I know you guys probably have already seen it, but for those of you who haven't, or those of you who are new, I have my monster 6x6 Ford Aeromax up here with the log bunk on it. This has already been tested in the swamp and it runs just fine. So imagine, if you will, a giant green beast trolling through the forests on bead-locked wheels, which unfortunately are vented, as you can hear. This thing is a freaking hoss. All leaf sprung all the way around. It's got a custom Punisher shaft. It's about a 9-inch Punisher shaft on it. See the king hauler? It's about to go into the knife, get stretched a little bit, and have a third axle put underneath it. So now you guys know the magnitude of what's been going on, and of course there's a motorcycle. There's more than one motorcycle. Got my as we step into the dark side where there are cookies. Walk down here and turn on the lights. A little story. This right here is my neighbor's Harley Davidson, which I will be doing a complete detailing to. Very badass bike. It's a mixture between a wide glide and a fat boy. Bad son of a bitch right there. And then of course you guys know my bike, which a few videos back, my one of those what the fuck days, pardon my language, you guys kind of were, a few of you were talking shit about it, like I didn't know anything about motorcycles. What you guys did not know about this bike is when that video was shot, the plugs that were given to me that were supposedly for my bike were no resistance plugs. All Japanese bikes require high resistance plugs, aka NGKs. I was given a set of Champions. Well, when that bike was going slow as hell and making a lot of noise, it was making a lot of noise for a reason, because the spark plugs fucking melted inside the cylinders and the porcelain and all that was bouncing up and down, smacking off my pistons, which resulted in $1,200 worth of damage to the bike. Now, I only paid $1,600 for it to begin with, and the dealership ate the fees on it and repaired everything. So I've got a claim filed through O'Reilly's against Champion, because they claim that they make no plug for the bike, but yet I was given a set of Champion plugs. So now that everything has been corrected on it, the bike runs absolutely amazing. But here is a sort of sad, but in the end, it's all good story. Well, we were out, badass Harley, little rice grinder. We were out just tooling around on the back roads, and of course with him having a Harley, he likes to go fast because he's compensating for other areas he's lacking in. And as a matter of fact, I feel better if we sat here behind the controls of this bad mamma jamma. Well, all he saw was what happened in the rear view. I couldn't tell you what happened initially because it was all instinct that I reacted to when it happened. But apparently, ooh, smooth move. Leave it with the ignition on. We came up a back road, and I've been up and down it 100 times before. And all of a sudden, this dog runs out and barely misses this bike. Now, this right here is a $40,000 Harley. Well, the dog slammed into the bolt that runs through my front forks. Slammed head first. I don't know if it was head first or if I caught the side of him. But he slammed in to the front fork bolt of my bike, jolted the shit out of me. Somehow he must have flew up and slammed into my hip, and then the other half of him was run over by the back tire of my motorcycle. I didn't ditch the bike, I didn't lose control of it. Somehow throughout the entire process I maintained control of the bike. Came to a stop, made sure nothing was damaged. We turned back and stopped at the house to make sure the dog was alright. It did not die. It was pretty messed up. Nothing that I know of that was severe enough that it would cause it to die, but I was sore. The dog definitely sure as hell was sore, but thank God I was able to slow it down fast enough, and instead of reaching for the front brake, I slammed on the back brake before the dog hit, let go of it right as he hit, had the clutch pulled in the entire time, and just kind of bunny hopped over him. No damage was done to my bike other than having to pull dog hair off of the castle nut on the front fender, and the lower plastics here on the bike were just pushed. There's a lip where the upper and the lower fairings go together. It's supposed to have the upper lip here overlaps the bottom fairing. Well, it was knocked out that way. 2 screws later, it was popped back around. Long story short, no matter how safe and how careful you ride, you always should expect the unexpected, which is why all of us who ride motorcycles, or those smart enough, have these on their bikes. If you're a biker, you know what that is. That is a road bell. For those of you who don't know, look up the legend of the Guardian road bell. But I've been rambling on, wasting all this time. Sorry for that. Got a lot more stuff coming. As always, I'll be putting this SDX10 2012 Jeep Wrangler together with a honcho body on it. So look forward to all that, and it is 12:22, so it's about time for me to take my happy little ass to bed. Hope you guys enjoyed my random ramblings there with a little bit of RC goodness in it, and rate, comment, subscribe, see what you like, and we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.